I'm starting the meeting.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
There we go.
All right. So we approved the minutes. Yes, we did.
Brian was.
Brian was
I
a
moved
first.
And Chris was support.
Chris, supported. So now we're on to the financials. So, question on this, Kelly, it looks like, on our summary page 7, in the upper right, it says 8:30, but I think it's actually 7:30. It's not 2 months, it's just 1 month, right?
It's September,
says
so this
as
is the end
of-
of August.
But I mean, I think the financials is only 1 month. Because if you look at page 8, that's July, just 1 month. And this one says 8:30. I don't get hung up on it. Anyway, we've started a new year. We got a couple months under our belt. We're tracking in line with good old budget stuff. I did have a question about the CIP fund summary at the bottom. So help me here, Kelly. So at the end of fiscal 25, I assume those are relatively final numbers.
Where are you at?
I'm on the CIP funds under 24-25. I'm assuming those are relatively final.
Relatively, yep.
Okay.
We're still in the audit.
Right, okay, so it shows there an ending balance of 244K, but the carryover only says like 154K.
Where are you looking at?
I'm looking right here, page 7.
Where does it say 244?
It says underneath the column that says
Oh, I see it.
24,
Sorry.
25, 244.
I needed to go down a little.
And then if you go up to the beginning balance for this now current fiscal year, it says 154.
I think there's a couple of invoices that have to still come out of that 244, so that's why I'm saying these numbers are not final yet.
Okay,
We had,
and those will be they'll be last year's,
Oh,
they'll hit
yeah,
last
okay.
year.
yes, they should. I have to clear all that up with them.
Okay.
Because it's in the audit, I didn't get. a chance to-
Yeah, okay, so Kelly, the only concern is that we make sure we get all the money
Oh, for sure.
rolled over, that's all.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line, I
Yeah.
guess, on all that. Okay, well, we'll leave that in your capable hands to sort out. And if, I don't know, if I need to jump in there, let me know.
Yep, and
Okay.
then I'll make the adjustments. to it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yep. Okay. Any other comments or questions on financials? We're just getting started
Is
here.
everything from the facade grants program been
I
approved?
think
and
that's
paid out?
done.
The facade
That's,
grant,
yeah,
yes.
that's done.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that one is
Okay.
dead. Yeah.
That
Okay.
one's fine.
And one other thing on the wayfinding on all the sides, which are beautiful, by the way. Is that coming in cost wise,
Yes.
pretty much where we
Yep.
had anticipated? Okay.
Yep, it was right where it was supposed to be.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
That's why they sent the final invoice. There's also a punch list.
Yep.
Just a couple scratches, couple things that need to be tightened down.
Yep.
that
Yep.
They're gonna come take care of it. So.
They look good. They
do.
look really
We've
good.
gotten a lot of compliments
Really?
on them, just in passing and.
They look really good.
Did they redo this sign over here yet? The one, this
No.
big sign? No,
That's
that's,
phase 2.
that's phase 2.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just gonna say, do we know on phase 2, Mike?
I don't, I'm trying to see when the final numbers come in.
Okay.
Where we're sitting and then I'll come to you guys and see what you wanna proceed with.
Yeah,
I would do them ASAP, so, because they look gorgeous.
they do. They're terrific.
Like
Yeah,
the
we
rest
look-
of them look equally.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve the financials?
So moved.
All right, thank you. Second?
Second.
Second, Sue? Great, thank you. Any other discussion about that? Okay, all in favor of approving the financial part, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Abstentions? There you go. All
And
right.
Kelly, one thing on the punch list, if it's not on there already, the sign at the Bluff Park Broad Street, under that sign, my guess is it was some sort of survey stake or something, but there is
Oh,
about a 2x2 stub that is pointy that sticks up about 4 inches.
Oh,
And so obviously if somebody trips and
wow, wow.
they probably would hit their head on the sign first and then fall away, but it's just, I tried to, it's left over from something. And I don't know that that's signs or but I noticed it on Saturday and
Where, you said, where at?
so it's
On the
under the
park.
sign that I think it says Lake Bluff Park.
The big
Oh,
one, the big
The
one.
big one,
The
right
big
at
one,
at the base, if you
Yeah.
will, of Broad Street.
Yep.
It's a
Like where
stub.
where the Christmas tree is, kind of.
Good thing that
Right.
Greg's here.
Yeah, it's a
Because
stub that sticks up about 3-ish to 4-ish
Was it a
inches.
piece of wood or what?
Yeah, and
I
it was
assume it's the
broken.
One they put in.
That's
to
what
say
I was
that's where the
thinking is
sign
that
probably-
here's, like, it was the mark and
Yeah.
it broke, and so
Okay.
it's nice and sharp.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah, so, like I said, somebody probably would trip and hit their head, and then we'd get sued for that instead of the stub. Anyway,
Actually, we'd be worried if they might damage the sign. That
Yeah.
would be a bigger problem.
well,
Getting reported.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
Oh, sorry,
just gonna- I'm gonna
sorry,
stop.
sorry, just kidding. Okay. All right, very good. Let's go on to old, old business. All right, let's talk about, we've had this, discussion of, we've had an open position on our board. And so, in connection with that, we've talked about potentially, expanding our board. So I think we wanted to discuss that. So let me give a little bit of background on this. Myself, Michelle Binkley, Michael Fernandez, and Kelly, we were involved in interviewing 9 candidates total. All rise for the city manager attending our event. Welcome. No, we're good to see you. Thank you. So we had 9 candidates that we interviewed, with 6 on a Monday and 3 on a Tuesday, I believe. Kelly was present for the 6, but not the 3. We had a wide variety of candidates. Most of them, I would say, Kelly, you can comment on this too, were business owners, interested. People have interests one way or the other in the downtown area. And it was, they were interestingly all good candidates. I mean, I don't think we spoke to anyone that we would say, oh, that's not a potential fit. So it makes for a very difficult selection process. So we've made some recommendations to the commission, or will. So I think the question for us is this issue of expanding our board. I've thought about this just from a personal perspective, and in talking with these candidates. I think when we talked about this initially, we said, well, let's see what the candidate pool looks like. I mean, are we getting the types of individuals that we would like to have involved in it? And I guess I would say to you, based on my discussions with the various candidates, we did. We got a lot of quality people. So I think it's an opportune time to bring more people into the tent. And I think we should seriously consider adding 2 positions, keep us at an odd number from 9 to 11, just to help
So
us.
that would add 3 new members because we have an open seat.
Yeah, right. Add 2 to the 9. One would be, we'd fill a position, an open
Fill and
position,
add 2.
and then consider adding 2, which would bring in three new members. You're right.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that. We can't really talk about the names, at this juncture because we haven't, the proper notices and discussions and what have you. So, but suffice it to say, I think these are all, individuals who, have an interest in the area in one way or the other.
What can you tell us generically about the top candidate of the 3? We just want to replace,
Yeah, are you targeting a certain,
Yeah, I think the profiles of the individuals, I don't know, Kelly, you can comment on this. I mean, the profiles of the individuals, I would say, are generally business owners. I mean, if you look at them, I think I'd have to think through them individually, but for the most part, they own business or have interest in business in the downtown area, which I think brings more to the party in addition to all the individuals we have in that arena as well. So.
have all of them been here a long time? They're all been here 10 years, 20 years?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. There's some younger demographics, I guess I would say, which I
A few of them that are established, I mean, and
Yeah,
have had
yeah.
businesses for quite a while.
I think we had a reasonable spectrum of that. We had some, not to harp on age, but it's an indication of, experience level or however you want to define that. So I think we had a nice spectrum in that regard. And I think as we look at what we like to do in terms of placement, I think we're trying to get the similar distribution, for lack of a better description. So I don't know, Kelly, I don't have anything to add to
Yeah,
that.
I mean, the ones, and I missed the second day of interviews because it was Fair Week. But all really strong interest in the downtown, supportive of things happening in the downtown. I'm speaking for the first day's candidates that I saw, and kind of the direction you guys have been going. I don't, my opinion, like I would, it was hard to choose, honestly, because a
Good.
lot of them are
Yeah,
very
yeah.
passionate.
It's a good problem
want
to
be
have, right? That's
involved,
right.
Want to help make a difference in the downtown. So, and like I said, in line a lot of what you guys have started.
So, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, at our last meeting, we talked about expansion and everyone agreed 9 was a perfectly sufficient number to represent the downtown. I believe I'm summarizing the conversation as, is there some demographic or business or whatever missing from this board that we felt we needed representation of? And it was agreed that 9 was a sufficient number and we could find a qualified candidate. So my question is without knowing who any of the candidates were, everyone on this board agreed that 9 was a fair and good working number of representatives for the downtown. And so I'm just wondering what in 30 days changed to change your mind, or
Yeah,
that we would want to expand the board.
Yeah, I think, I guess I might characterize the conversation a little bit differently in that we were kind of holding it open pending the candidate pool.
Right.
So now having seen the candidate pool, all right, we've got capable individuals. I think the other aspect here is, given a lot of the discussions we've had and the issues that have come up and the things that are going to come up, it just seems like an opportune time to bring more people into the tent. That seems to me to be would be a real plus at this point in time, particularly given the individuals we have. It allows us to bring in some new faces, maybe some old faces, if you will.
So I'd like to speak
I
to
think
that.
that's kind of what my thinking is on it, at least.
I missed the July meeting, but at the August meeting, I recommended that we bring in an additional State Street business owner. And I don't have a problem with the expansion. I think from an education standpoint, the more people we can get in here that own businesses downtown and have that stake, that financial stake in the city, I think it's better for them to hear what we're hearing at these meetings. I think the odd number makes sense. I'm not sure why you can't release the names to us, but I would encourage you to move this along quickly, because some of my neighbors who I believe have had interviews are like, what's happening? What's happening? And I think you owe it to them to get back to them, because
Absolutely.
so I don't know if it's because you've got to take it through the commission, but I would, I'm in favor of the expansion at this point, especially with the quality of candidates that you've talked about. And I think it would be a benefit to our.
I just have a couple of sort of
Please.
procedural questions. First, correct me if I'm wrong, the commission appoints to the.
Correct.
Correct.
We do
Okay.
not. Okay.
Right.
So
And
that-
the group that interviewed will make recommendations.
And we're
That's right.
making
Yeah.
recommendations. And then, so yeah, I see there's really 2 questions on the table, and it seems like we ought to separate those 2. The first is we need to replace somebody.
Mhm.
So we need to make a recommendation to the city commission or I guess it's technically the committee
That's
the
right.
subcommittee needs
That's
to
right.
make that recommendation.
Yes.
So that's step one. Step two is the question as to, and do we establish the size of this committee, this board?
Well, the committee, we make a recommendation.
So
We have-
that's also city commission.
Yeah, it's a
Makes-
bylaw change, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Emily.
That
maybe-
you can change. I think you can change it. It might have to be ratified by the commission. I think if you don't, the commission can.
If we don't, what's that?
If you don't increase it, I think the commission can.
They can do it unilaterally.
Yes.
But we can make a we can
Correct.
suggest to them or recommend to them that they do it, and then they take it from there. Or
Yes.
alternatively, let's say we didn't, we decided, we're gonna leave it at 9. The commission could say, no, we want to expand that board to 11.
So the two
So,
items on the table, one is the replacement of a current board member, and the committee is going to make a recommendation for that one person.
yep,
And then it seems to me then that where we stand right now is whether or not this group is going to recommend that we expand the board by 2 seats or leave it as it is. Is that fair?
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
think
I
that's
just
fair.
wanted to separate, I felt
I-
like we were getting a little,
Yep.
I think that's
So I-
a fair characterization,
think-
but keep in mind, irrespective of what we do.
yeah, I understand.
If the commission decided they wanted to have 11,
Yeah, I would hope. that
we'd
they
have
would-
11.
I would
Yeah,
hope
right.
they would consider our
I-
recommendation, whatever it might be.
I would agree.
So I just started getting back to what Chris was asking. So of the 3 that are being recommended, was there one that stood out for the replacement of Stephanie's position?
I'd have to think about that a little bit. I think we kind of evolved into the thinking of expansion.
Mhm.
So the candidates get kind of muddled, I guess.
Sure.
Lack of a
I
better
just think-
description. If we were pressed to make a single recommendation, we could do that. Of the candidates we have, we certainly have a pool of available
I was just trying to
individuals.
go through the timing of it, the process of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't
I
think we'd
love
have any
that,
problem.
I love that you have this quote, issue of 3 top-notch
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
candidates.
Yeah, yeah,
When you're talking about volunteers,
yep.
that doesn't happen in a lot of cities.
Well, I think.
And
yeah.
so, I just remember way back when I put in my application at the suggestion of somebody on this committee, it was a full year
Oh, wow.
before I was engaged in service.
Ah.
And I remember it was on my part, multiple emails, calls to city and go, so you want me or not?
Yeah.
Because I can move on to
Yeah,
share my
other
time
things,
somewhere else.
sure.
But the thing is, when you have people who are ready to go, engage, you're describing them as they have a stake in the city, they have a passion for a city, I think you move on it quickly. So that would be, again, my recommendation for moving forward with the
Well,
expansion and.
I just wanted to remind the group, the conversation as I remember it, one of the commissioners recommended the group expand to the max allowable under state law, which is 12. It came to this group and this group said, an even number sounds not great. We'd recommend 11, but before we make a change, let's see if we have strong candidates.
Let's
And
see if what,
so
I'm sorry.
Let's see if we have strong candidates. And so we
Right,
have
right.
gone through that process and we do. And so, I believe that is what this group was waiting for, to see if there were strong candidates. We do have really good West Side representation, Sue, to your point. So we have checked that box at least. I mean, ultimately, it's up to the DDA and what they want to recommend. The subgroup is recommending an expansion. The appointments committee plus Tom and Kelly, who did the interviews, that is the recommendation. So that's sort of where this stands. I don't know what the commission would do if this group doesn't increase, but I do think I just wanted to firm up a couple of those things.
Okay, I don't know if there's any more discussion on this. I guess I'd entertain a motion, how best to do this. We'd entertain a motion to recommend that we expand our board from 9 to 11 members. Is that the way to think about this?
So
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, okay. Can I get a support for that?
Support.
Thank you. Second?
Oh, I'll second it.
Okay, thank you.
So
You
she-
made the motion and she seconded it.
I thought
You-
what I heard.
Well, you described the motion,
Oh,
Oh,
so Sue's.
so if you're making the motion.
oh, I thought
then
Tom was making the motion.
No,
He said,
Technical.
he was looking for support for it, not
Yeah.
Just walk us
second, not a
through it.
second.
morning.
Just walk us
Whoa.
through it, sorry.
Whoa, whoa.
So,
Let me go.
Sue made the motion.
I'll make the
Brian
motion.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll make the motion to expand the DDA to 11
Great,
members.
thank you. Okay, discussion. Any more discussion about this?
I guess I would,
Please.
I agree with the scenario that Emily turned out. I think that's kind of what we were doing. I don't know whether we have to be bigger to be better. I certainly think that more citizen input, particularly if they're business owners in downtown, I think that's, worthwhile. But I guess I'm not going to vote for the motion because I think I'd like to see the city council tell us to expand as opposed to having us expand. See how much, let's just see where politics plays in this. So that's
Okay.
my comment.
Okay. Okay, anything else? Okay, all in favor of the expansion recommendation, say aye. Aye. Maybe we better get a count
I
on
was
that.
like, can we do
How about a raise of hands?
Yeah.
Tom and Brian.
So we got 4. And then all opposed,
Me.
2. Abstentions? There's none left. All right, that motion passes.
And my negative comment is not based upon the people or expanding, it's just based upon continuing to get the connection that we need with the commission as it relates to what we're doing, what we're not doing in terms of what they're gonna support and what part they're telling us to do and what part they're asking us to provide information on.
Understood. So, I mean, it still has to go to commission and they'll have to vote on it. I mean, they can approve, they can reject our recommendation certainly, or approve it, so.
I would like to recommend that you go forward with at least one person
Yeah.
immediately or sooner
Yeah.
to fill the vacant spot that's
Yes.
been vacant for months.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's how
Because
I
we don't
vote.
need commission approval for.
Yeah,
it.
let's,
Yeah.
One person.
Certainly get that one
Right.
completed before the next meeting.
so I mean, I assume
Can't
that this
tell
can
us who it
happen
is?
relatively quickly,
Sounds like
right?
They don't know which one it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm assuming we can do this relatively quickly though, can't we? I mean, you
Yeah.
just gotta bring it forward to commission
Yep.
and they approve it and then
Yep.
we can.
Or not.
Well, why not,
Or
or
not,
not?
right.
Right.
well, I'd like to go even further. Deb, why don't you make a motion that we appoint, have the subcommittee recommend the replacement and do that immediately? That addresses number one motion. It doesn't delay things. It addresses what Sue's talking about. And we get one person. And if in fact we think 9 is a magical number, well, then why don't we replace someone?
Is
So
it,
it kind of
is there,
goes along with what I'm saying.
is there any
also.
reason this all wouldn't happen before the next meeting?
No. I
So,
think it can all be done before. the
I mean,
next
it's,
meeting.
Well, I mean, I would just make the motion, then
Yeah,
I'll do that.
okay.
I'll make a motion that
Sure.
we appoint some of
The
whoever
city.
the
yeah,
committee recommends immediately. I don't think there's an immediate need to expand, but, so I wouldn't include that in, let's hurry up and get it
Yes.
done, but,
So
Yeah,
you-
it's separate things.
yeah.
Separate
Yeah.
thing. There's-
Yeah.
So I would like to make a motion that we fill our vacant seat
ASAP,
ASAP. Thank you.
like that.
yeah.
I would support that.
All right, any discussion about that? Personally, I think it's kind of moot. I mean, if it's all in place by the next meeting, but anyway,
Well,
Uh,
I think it's just to
I got
ensure
it.
that we
I
don't,
mean-
it doesn't get held up,
I got
right?
it, I got it.
that's the whole
Okay.
thing, you know.
Yeah, all right.
I think it would be difficult, so you're going to change our bylaw, we're going to have the commission tell us what they want to do or don't want to do, we're gonna change the commissions, we're gonna notify all these people, nothing happens around here in a month.
Yeah.
No,
that-
correct.
I hear you.
But we do need our one seat.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
All
even
right.
evidence today, there's only 6 of us here.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
it's rare
That's
that
right.
we're all at a meeting, so I think, yeah.
All right, all in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No opposition, no abstentions. All right. Very good. All right, we will move on here. There's something interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't interesting?
Well, it depends how you think about it. I'm kind of a lighting and bench guy myself.
okay.
Right?
Yeah, but that's just me.
That's just me. Right? Okay, I think help us out here, Kelly. So I see lots of pictures of lights and bike racks and garbage cans and benches and all kinds of stuff. So I'm assuming this is focused on Main Street.
Correct.
And so I was amazed to learn
How much?
that we secured a grant.
Yes.
Is this true?
Well,
My
I-
heart
do you know
beats.
more probably about the tap?
No,
Okay.
yes, no, I see.
Okay, so
Yes, no.
we've been working on a grant. We've been working on a grant, for streetscape and things, along with the Main Street
Sure.
design. I don't remember the exact number. I'm not sure what I mentioned to you was
You
100%
mentioned a
correct.
massive number
It was
that
a
I
big
won't
number.
repeat.
I'll get that number for you, but it was awarded, so we have a little bit of, I don't wanna say leeway, but we can look at maybe some of the decorative lights and things, which you had previously
Right.
chosen. So on page 18, pardon my crude drawing, I'm not good with the whole, photo editor thingy. Those are the two lighting options that you chose to kind of move forward with or to look at. They have asked in our MDOT meetings to kind of look at things like benches. And we also, Greg, you can attest to this, to have a cohesive look.
Right.
I'd like you to consider some benches because the ones downtown are starting to break down and we don't have replacement
Do we-
pieces anymore, I'm understanding.
Do we have a plan for what actually is gonna go on to Main Street? In other words, we had somebody looking at this, as I
Yeah.
recall.
There are some schematics. I don't know that it's 100% tied down yet.
Does it include lights,
could've been
benches,
Yeah.
racks, all this good stuff?
Thanks.
Yep. But
Okay,
what we need right now are the benches for the downtown area. Correct? Okay. And the parks. Okay. So I'm kind of asking for some input on the types of benches that you like.
me-
So that when we do replace those downtown and in the parks, then
They
we can have
match
the
up, right.
matching ones. So
let me
there's like a-
ask you this. So when I looked at this, each one of these seems a little, I don't want to say, kind of random, in terms of how they relate. Isn't there, I guess, isn't there some consistent theme you could get that would have a light, a garbage can, a bench, but you know what I
There-
mean?
there
I mean, I'm
are-
no design guy. I'm an accountant.
I know, I love that you're thinking this
I
way.
can't draw a straight line with a ruler. So, I don't know, help me out here on this.
There are
Basically, I
kind of-
want someone to tell me what,
Yeah.
what I
There are
should do.
family groups, as we saw, Tammy, Deb, and I saw up at Landscape Forums. There are like, I don't know if it's called a family group, but it's
Like a
got
package.
a package, yeah, and everything's cohesive. So I just sent along what JPR had sent back, originally. If you don't like any of these, we can certainly get more
Well,
designs.
I like some of them, but I guess I want to make sure they, you know what I mean? They fit.
Yeah.
So I
mean-
just want to point out, for the lighting, we've already thought we picked from two different families.
Right.
So we didn't match them. And I mean, they're both black metal that
Right.
probably has minor differences, but I just asked Tammy to pull up because the three of us
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
and we sat on the benches, like, what's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
comfortable
yeah,
bench
yeah,
to sit on?
yeah.
What
Mhm.
Oh,
fits
that's
our
awesome.
thing?
Yeah.
sure.
And the one that we sat on and all liked isn't in our choices.
All right.
I think you need
Sorry, I
to,
was taking,
That-
you need to
can
repeat
pa-
that.
Do you
She
mind
didn't hear
passing
it.
your phone
Okay,
to
so-
me? I do like that.
So when we went and sat in them and looked at them, the one we sat in and
Not
liked
in here.
is not one of our choices.
Okay.
right. I'm just saying what right.
Okay.
So I'm just passing on what JPR had originally sent to us.
This was the one we all liked.
Oh, yeah, that's a good looking.
Don't mind the model.
Oh, man.
So in this
But-
packet, the ones that we're looking at are predominantly wood,
Mhm.
correct? So I could say we have a wood bench at Brazel and we have to,
Yeah.
care for that
Yep.
every year, or you decide not to
Right,
and let it
that's what I
grow a
was
very
told,
different
yeah.
color. So just something to be considering in the upkeep of the materials.
And this is not an all-inclusive list, sorry, Brian. If none of these,
Floats our boat. We can-
yeah, I mean, we can go
Chris,
back.
what do you think of this?
I think that you were very insightful in terms of thinking that something could be done in a uniform manner and there would be a reason to select for within a family. And
Yeah,
the mere fact that, and what we should be looking at is the family that we like.
sure.
Do we want ultra modern?
Yeah.
Do we want wood? Do we
Yeah.
want stainless steel?
Sure.
Do we
Sure.
want this? Do we want that? And that should be a challenge that we give our consultant to, you don't have, when they did this, they were just trying to pick your brain in terms of
Yeah.
in
They're
the
just
future
throwing
when we
stuff
get
out there,
going,
right.
what are you leaning for? Now, the next thing we want to do is you find out whether you want contemporary, whether you want colonial, whether you want wood.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of wood furniture that is really elegant, very expensive and elegant teak,
Yeah,
which is inappropriate for, public uses, but great around your patio. So I support what you're saying,
Yeah.
Tom, is that rather than pick one of these and one of these and one of those, because
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
the ability to coordinate it all, let's challenge our consultant to
It's
do
too
it.
random.
can we, Kelly, would it be inappropriate to just ask these guys to give us, like 3 families of products that then probably make it easier for us to choose from along the lines of what Chris is saying?
And since they're working on Main
Yeah.
Street too, they're working with MDOT.
Yes, yes,
So we can additionally have them be challenged to make sure that what the state's paying for, what we're paying for through the state,
Yeah.
is something that we can lean on.
You
Yeah.
can spec what the state puts in. You're not just, you just have to get what they give you. So you
Yeah.
can say, we want whatever it is.
X, Y.
Right.
But when we pick that, because that's a more narrow selection than everything. And the state's not open to everything, but they're open to most things, but not everything.
Well, we're working with the state and they're ready for us to chime in on
Okay,
some of
well
these
then-
things.
then
And
time's
the
of the
grant
essence.
that we got helps with that.
okay.
I think, sorry,
No, I interrupted.
I definitely interrupted you. After you, sir.
I'll be super quick.
Great.
So just the comment on the wood stuff. So some of these do have wood and they're often Ipe, which is something that's even harder than teak. They do patina and turn silver, but
Hmm.
that stuff will last for 30 years. There is furniture in downtown Kalamazoo that was put out in 1998 that's still there. So
And we have asked some questions of JPR about that because Greg, as you can imagine, is worried about how long they will last.
Well, I was going
I-
to suggest that I think you should get Greg's input on material, whether it's a
Yeah.
poly, whether it's a
Yeah.
wood,
Right,
whether it's
right.
this.
We're not
stuff.
going anywhere without
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I
Good.
was just gonna say, I think it was to Chris's point. We can bring back families, absolutely, but if there are things here that you like or dislike that could help
To guide
shape
you.
what JPR brings us next,
Yeah.
I do think that would be really helpful.
Well, I think, we've selected the lighting, so maybe does that set the tone here? We kind of like that traditional, that option 2 on the left there. And then we picked a more modern one. I guess I don't,
mean,
are those used in combination with each other? I imagine they can't, depending on where the placement is. I don't, because one says vehicular and the other one says pedestrian, so
That was the idea.
I assume it's a
Oh, I
combination
see.
then, depending on where the application is, so.
Yeah, I think it's Main Street and.
Yeah,
Inside
yeah,
Street.
yeah, that makes sense. So, so as you look at these other ones, I don't, gosh, I don't know, we got this kind of black, finish type thing. I guess you kind of stay in that vein, I suppose. I see a nice black garbage can. The benches, maybe the combination of, the wood and the, black, framing looks kind of cool. The Cordia bench there, this one here, I don't know.
I guess is there anything that just absolutely is like, ugh?
I tend to be, personally, I'm a traditional guy. I like I don't like, some of this lighting was too, Space Force for me, too, whatever. I know, too, sorry. The art lady is looking at me like, come on, Tom, yeah, come on.
Ultimately, what we need is, in the advertising world, it's called an assignment. A lot of people call it a creative brief. I like to call it an assignment brief because not all briefs are creative. But in this case, it sort of is. And, or said another way, a mood board or boards for us to choose from.
Yeah.
And so we need, and that should be, that should be the hardest thing that is done. Because it needs input from the, the people who are gonna have
The
to upkeep
The
it.
practical stuff, that's right. yeah.
And ultimately, like anybody who has a brand, has brand guidelines or brand standards. And, it talks about the colors that and then the shalls and the shall nots and and so there really should be for the city, what do we want to look like across the board? And, it's
I think-
easiest to go
yeah.
get somebody,
Yeah.
and give them the input and let them write it. And I think it would be worth the investment. On the other hand, there are people, who could probably do it without, but that's what we need.
I
And
think-
then there's
yeah.
no question. This,
Yeah.
that's
The drawings in some of those initial RFPs we did and the responses we got back where we saw what Main Street might look like, what Broad Street might look like. Is there anything in there like lighting that we could kind of key off of
I don't know if
that?
it
'Cause
got
this,
down to that
this
level.
does seem,
There were
this
some
does seem kind of
artist
random to just start
renderings, but I
picking
don't
at this point.
I don't know if it got down to these,
Yeah.
I
this-
think that this was it.
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
can go back and
Yeah.
look. I mean, they had some,
This is it.
This is it?
for
Okay.
lack of a better term, some vibes. Like some of
Yeah,
them were more
yeah,
modern than
sure.
the
Yeah, yeah.
other.
Okay.
But I really think they have sort of pulled together what they were thinking here. They've got
Okay.
their modern style, their contemporary style. And again, I think if we say like, oh yeah, we're all in on the modern, bring us more of that, or, something along those lines, they could bring us more choices.
So I think, because I know there was 3 streetscapes.
Yes.
And there was a modern and a contemporary, which we have, and then there was also a more traditional, which we don't have. What JPR put together, that's missing from this packet, is whatever the traditional elements would be. My second thing is like, we've been having this conversation now about picking stuff. Like, I think we already picked bike racks, am I wrong? Aren't there bike racks
There are
installed?
bike racks installed.
So I
No.
don't,
Oh.
we didn't put any bike racks in?
We
in
did
this
put
at
bike
all?
racks in,
Yeah.
but we didn't pick.
Oh, those are temporary.
Just everywhere, they really fit in well.
Okay, but
I
to
think he's
finish
being
my,
facetious.
to finish
Uh,
my
I was gonna say,
point,
there's one right
Yes.
I
outside
don't
my
think we should
house.
pick, I'm against blue, excuse me. I like the lake, but I don't like blue bike racks.
We have
Okay.
never picked
Amen.
anything, and
Okay.
that's how we ended up with very inexpensive, quick to
Okay.
install
Okay.
bike
so,
racks.
okay, that answers that
Okay.
question. But my next point was, we've been talking about this for a long time. 6 or 8 months ago, we decided to form a subcommittee, and we went as a group, we sat on furniture, we picked vibes and stuff that we liked, we made recommendations, and now we're starting over. Like, it just feels like we've been doing this now. We've been doing this for 2 years, 3
So
years.
let's get the
about
vibes
picking
and
our stuff.
recommendations, get those to JPR, get back to the subgroup, and then the subgroup can bring something
Right.
back.
I mean, I would
to the
just,
group.
if they did this for 2 of the three streetscapes, they had to have picked the traditional elements for that streetscape. And we did consult with them and pay them a fairly significant amount of money to make a design and a streetscape that we all liked. So maybe
that's the mood board.
right,
basically.
right, they,
Yeah, right, that's what we-
right,
that's
they
what we need.
created it.
Yeah.
And if we don't
I-
like any
yeah.
of it, that's fine, but we're just.
Let's see it.
I guess when I, to me,
There is one.
just looking at these
There has
things
to be. I
randomly
don't know why
doesn't,
the
it just
traditional wasn't
doesn't,
included.
Yeah.
I think that's just difficult for us to manage. If you came to us with 3 groups of
So,
families of stuff,
Well,
I
we
think
do
it'd be
have
much,
2
I think
groups.
it'd
We
be
have
much
2, but
easier.
yeah.
There
Maybe
are 2
the
groups.
third
given
should be
to us
more of a
right now.
transitional, so they're, because you've
Yeah.
got modern
Yeah.
contemporary. I would just, I think I've mentioned this before, but when your bedroom window is on State Street, I would request dark sky lighting. It's very, very bright and those uppers, that current lighting.
Yeah.
I think that dark sky lighting is really important for State
I
Street,
agree.
so.
I agree. Well, I'd say as much as we can, just to cut down on light.
Maybe
pollution.
And I
everywhere.
would
yeah.
point out that the mood board for the lighting are actually the 2 things we picked, pretty much.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so
Yay, us.
have we
Yeah.
sufficiently confused you relative to this issue?
I got it.
All
I
right,
will
well,
bring
good.
back some families, and what I'll
Okay.
do
We
is I,
definitely did, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll
Here.
send
What's-
JPR.
What's the timing with,
Oh,
the
yeah.
state?
Okay.
Do we know?
That's what the one. we-
I don't know that we know that right
Okay,
now. I know
so-
in the meetings I'm in, they do
Well, we got
ask.
we got to keep this moving.
Yeah, the timings were sensitive for Greg. The
Ah.
benches that we use, We started talking about replacing benches when I first started.
Yeah, right.
And that led us to doing our streetscape, and bringing in JPR. Greg exhausted all of the replacement parts from the benches that we have. They discontinued, our bench. He started using the replacement parts from a similar bench, which has now also been discontinued. So if that isn't a sign that we need to make a decision.
So we're at the end of
I
our,
don't know.
our rope here on
So
benches.
we need to make a decision.
Okay.
Just a small thing to consider, which you probably already thought of, as I recall, some of the current benches are dedicated to individual
Yeah.
people.
Correct.
And just not so much us, but whatever, what are the ramifications of that?
Transfer the
That's a
plaque or-
rhetorical question,
Yes.
just,
Right.
Yes.
just a reminder.
It's always
Greg is
tricky.
working on a policy.
Yeah.
related to
Yeah,
that.
it's
Thank you.
always a
Wonderful.
bit tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
are we asking JPR to just put together 3 suites of families that includes lighting, benches, bike racks, and a garbage can? So we can see the whole suite?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
say, we like this one. There's your benches.
I think that'd be super helpful.
I would recommend more than 3 suites of families.
Okay,
Maybe 2 families per modern, contemporary, traditional. I just don't want you
Yep,
to have
yep.
only one
Yeah,
choice.
sure.
yeah.
Sure.
I think a
Yep.
couple of choices for each would
I
be
think-
better.
And
Yeah.
I think every element that we need, right? The benches, the bike rack, the,
Yeah.
Trash cans. yep,
everything
yep.
would be great.
Full deal.
And I'll
Mhm.
pass along the ones that.
And that should be easy for them to
Yeah.
do.
Right.
I mean, that's,
Yeah,
You'll be looking
right.
at.
I think
don't
that's
know
right.
if St. Joe's big enough for this, but some cities will have a different suite for different context areas also.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we could have something down by the
bluffs,
beach.
for the bluffs. and
Wow,
the-
yeah, I
Just
can see
one
that.
downtown.
On
No.
that.
There is one downtown.
So let's start
And it's
there.
only 3 blocks big.
I think, yeah, I don't think we're
Oh.
big
I-
enough for
and
multiple districts.
This is a thought that's probably further down the line. We hang speakers from the lights for the holiday season.
Mhm.
We've thought about how do we extend that? Is it more than just the 3 months that we already do it? We do it for 6 months, or 12 months. If the light poles are changing, we've had some recommendations from the contractors that we work with to put up those speakers and how to outfit
What would be better.
those, what would be best to do that. So I can, if appropriate, I can pursue those recommendations in a more formal way.
Sounds like you just joined a subgroup.
Well,
I'd like to see
I don't
us
have
put
enough of
that
those.
stuff
Wow.
up and leave it up.
yeah. well,
I
that-
Year
think-
round.
Yeah, I mean, some of those, like, I think when we were talking about this earlier, don't some of them come equipped with Wi-Fi and,
My guess
Those-
is they all do now.
or now all of them?
Maybe not, but.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, for
For
that
built-
Or
purpose.
built-in
Yeah.
speakers.
Yeah.
Some of them have built-in speakers. I
Yeah.
think at a bare minimum, outfitted with electricity, I think a
Yeah.
lot of our light poles are already not. But I'll go seek out that formal recommendation and see if we can.
Great.
I saw these ones in Cassopolis that had electronic, things like like a banner, but it was electronic.
Wow.
Very fancy.
Go,
In
go.
Cassopolis?
Yes,
Cassopolis
yes, they've
got
redone,
some
they've
interesting-
redone their whole downtown. I used to work in that town. I mean, it's night and day. It actually looks very nice. But-
Okay.
All right, so we'll, again, leave that in your capable hands, Kelly. And now we're getting to something interesting.
Okay.
Liquor license.
Liquor.
Liquor
license.
Licenses, okay. Kelly, you're gonna give us a little, update on the DDA liquor license, activity?
So, as I'm assuming you know, I asked commission to reapprove or allow forward progress on 2 DDA liquor licenses at the last commission meeting, 500 Main, the
Library thing.
Archive Lounge.
Yeah,
And I just totally blanked, the St. Joe Wine
Wine
Shop.
Wine shop. Yeah.
So it's kind of nice once they have commission approval, I send them a packet and we're hands off.
Yeah, so
then it
now
goes
they
the
have to go
MLCC.
to the Michigan Liquor Control
Jump
Group.
through all the hoops.
And
Where's
get
the St. Joe
right.
Wine Shop going again?
In the market.
In the market.
In the
Oh, in the
market.
market, that's
In the
right.
market.
Already there.
That's
In the
right. I
market.
forgot. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they just want to expand us.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Glasses.
now I'm
So
remembering.
it's-
My question on that, are they just gonna serve in their little room? Or can they go in the,
There are
Area.
multiple options being explored.
okay, Okay, because I think being able to use the public space would be nice, but
Yeah.
maybe.
It's hard
that's-
because it's each
I know,
business is
I'm sure,
individually owned,
I'm
but
sure.
because DDA liquor license are a unique category.
Yes.
It's being explored that perhaps they could hold a liquor license for the whole building because it's assigned to that building. They're
Ah,
talking to
okay.
attorneys
Yep, okay,
who know way more about it than.
yep, than any of us.
And
by a lot,
so-
Yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah, okay,
being
interesting.
It's a
Well,
I was
definite
just,
maybe.
yeah, I was just curious what that was. Okay, all right.
And then there are.
So
two-
that's exciting.
Yep, there are two more, that have reached out. I'm not gonna say who, because they're not quite established yet.
Yeah,
But it'll be exciting to, and not,
Is there a limit to how many DDA liquor licenses can exist in the
Yes.
town?
yes. I
it-
believe
well,
that,
it's
yeah.
based on the previous 5 years.
Investment,
Investment,
Investment, yeah.
so if, for every $200,000 of,
investment.
investment in the DDA, we can have one license.
Oh,
And we are well under
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
that Marquette project's gonna give us 5,000
Might be,
licenses.
Yeah, I know.
Right, right.
Uh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we'll,
Okay.
yeah,
I
we're,
wasn't sure. 'cause
I
they
think-
can't
I think
go
we're
We
over.
okay.
have plenty of room, and not saying that those all get approved, right? So once,
Right,
once
that's
it
right.
goes through, normally I would give you guys a heads up before taking it to commission, just so you're on the loop, and, but that all, timing wise, I think I emailed you.
No,
You did.
no, I think
I
we
mean, I
were,
just- I
Yeah,
would like
no.
to-
You
Yeah.
did.
we knew this was in
Yeah.
the works.
Yeah.
We knew this.
So just wanted to give you an update on that. It's exciting.
All right.
It's a great tool to use. Thank you, Andrew, for all your help with that.
Very good.
going.
No, that's very exciting,
Yeah.
very exciting.
Good job.
All right, new business, the little library. Maybe you can. give
Yeah.
us
So,
a little background on this.
Greg and I were approached by Renee from the Rotary about putting a little free library on, I know they're cute,
I love
on
it.
the bluff in Lake Bluff Park. My understanding is they don't really, is it a moratorium, more, so to speak, on putting anything on the bluff like that? So Greg and I met with Renee last week, and we thought, well, it's still something cool to have in the downtown, and just wanted your input on if there was a place that you think would
Yeah.
be
Hmm.
conducive to doing that. Obviously, the library's downtown,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, yeah,
but
Who was the moratorium put in place by?
the commission, yeah.
It goes back a long way, but the city commission said nothing else can go on the bluff without their permission.
Okay,
To the point where I've had to go to them and plant trees, really.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I would recommend our little park down by Corbin
Oh,
Place Plaza.
To move
To
people.
do,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
put a library there. A lot of people utilize it, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful that that project to refresh that park is still in the works and happening. So I think it would be
yeah, that would be a
a
good
good
spot.
place for it. I'm sure there's other good place down by the river park, whatever that is, would be a good
Upton.
spot. But I don't think that's as utilized as up top
Right.
anywhere. I think down by the band shell is still kind of considered the bluff, so.
Yeah,
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. You're asking us for what we think of it. There's no,
well,
this is up to the city commission.
I
is-
think ultimately, but
Ultimately,
because it's
yeah.
in the downtown, I wanted to see if you guys had,
Yeah.
you know,
Do we
like.
care
do
about
we
it?
have a
or-
violent
Yeah.
reaction to it
Yeah.
kind of thing?
I,
Where-
it's funny because there's a space very close to where I live that I've always thought would make a great location for a, little library.
Mhm.
But I always wondered, I wonder how, my friends at Forever Books would feel about it.
Right.
Probably want to check with them first, but I'm in favor of anything that gets
Yeah.
people reading, and it's kind of a quaint, you get a
Yep.
good feeling about
Yep.
these, when you see the little libraries in the neighborhoods or whatever, you get a good feeling about it. So I would be in favor of moving forward.
When I first read this, I was thinking, oh, this is like perfect for the bluff, right? Cause you got benches and people sit out in there and looking out and reading, whatever. But that maybe that's not on the table at the moment.
Well, I mean.
So,
the city-
so, I think Deb's suggestion of the plaza there, I think is a good one. I'm trying to think in the downtown.
It's already
you know.
pretty crowded on the sidewalks. 'cause
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
pretty narrow.
right.
But I
That's
mean,
kinda
we
was
could
my
also
thought
ask the
too.
city, couldn't we make an exception for this on the bluff or, I mean, it's a different city commission than put the moratorium in
The only thing I
place.
would say on the bluff is, the winds are, I mean, it is such
Yeah,
a
could
crazy
be
high
tougher.
wind area.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, would it get the use? I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I mean, I think
kinda
either
like-
spaces.
Yeah.
I think your
And,
space sounds kind of nice and.
I think that free libraries are great and I understand the reasoning for them picking this design, but I think aesthetically it's not
Oh, yeah, I don't like this.
Exciting.
I don't.
the mailbox
Okay,
style.
so-
Yeah,
design.
Oh,
this
the
is
mailbox.
not-
Which
this
is what
not-
they're
I think,
proposing.
yeah, an old newspaper box is. what
Yeah,
it's
so
like.
it would not be pink, by the way, it would be painted in the blue.
this?
Swirly, yes. So,
I don't think this is the, we
No.
just talk about the family character we're looking for. I don't
Yeah,
think
no.
red, white, blue, green, orange, whatever. I don't think this is the family you're talking about. They can adapt any style you pick. They can adapt a library, which we should support because this is exactly the things we want to drive people downtown and have people be enjoying when they're
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah.
But let's not have it look like this.
Yeah, no,
I-
the
I-
ones
I
I've
guess to
seen
fit.
are,
Has to
they
fit.
look like a little mini library or a house or they're a lot more, there's a lot more character to them than this.
and I don't know
There's
that
one on
that's
Park
the,
Street,
yeah.
right by the bridge. There's
Yes.
someone,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they are all over and everyone kind of does their own thing.
Yeah.
And that's okay when it's not part of a bigger thing like our downtown.
Right, right,
But
right.
it's a great idea. These are the amenities we need.
So when I was reading this, I also thought that in conjunction with our prior discussion about lights and benches and all that, it ought to
Gotta
kind of fit, I mean, with a color or whatever.
Yep.
And we don't, since we don't really have that decision. So I think what I'm hearing is we're supportive. We just, maybe want to make sure on the design or the light or how it looks kind of thing. Does that sound, am I thinking this right? Yeah.
yeah, I will
Okay.
pass that back on to Renee.
Yeah, yeah, so it's a great idea. Tell them we're very appreciative of them. Their interest in doing it and their willingness to support it and pay for it and maintain it and all that good stuff. So tell them thank you and, we'll look forward to pulling the first book out. Right?
From a Rotary perspective, because the concern is not, like, that's not, we don't have to settle on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah,
yeah,
right,
that's
we
just what
gotcha.
she sent as
Yeah.
an example.
Yep,
Um,
yep,
The goal is to build community
yep.
Yeah.
support and bring awareness to Rotary. So those are the two focuses, and hopefully get kids reading.
No, I think it's a great idea. And if Rotary would like any help connecting to craftsmen in the area to build something unique, I'd be happy to help make some connections.
Awesome.
I feel like I gotta say, and I'm sorry that we live in a climate now, I just want to make sure that the content of this library is not, I'll just say politically driven, that it should be books, not specific books. That's just my,
Agreed.
Uh,
I don't, yeah.
I'm sure Rotary has every intention of that. I think it's.
yeah, I just feel like
Public.
somebody's got to say it out loud.
Yep.
Don't,
Yeah,
don't
and I
these,
think-
don't these typically like, give a book, take a book thing? I
Yes,
mean,
that's
they're just open
What I
to
was gonna
the
say is the question is, would people?
Would somebody-
Someone.
manage
misuse
it,
it?
right,
And
right.
so
Yeah,
we
'cause I
might
think
need
this-
Someone to just check on it every. so
Yeah,
often.
this says that they will manage or
Stock it.
all aspects of the project, including setup, stocking and maintenance. So,
Yeah.
and so that means somebody could say, we're not gonna put that one in there. And I just think we gotta have books. So somebody had to say it out loud.
I guess,
Agree.
yeah, I mean, I would think people would put stuff in, like, I mean, because the way these little ones in the neighborhood work,
Mhm.
if you walk by it and you can put one in,
Yep.
take one,
Oh, and
that
there's
kind of thing.
children's books. and
Yeah,
I've
right,
seen There's
exactly,
adult
exactly.
books. I mean, the idea is, you want that turnover.
Right.
and,
Yep. All right, so
I
we're
love
in,
it.
we're in on the little
We're-
library. Good, thank you, everyone. Okay, sidewalk amenities update. So, I was reading, through this, and of course, the first thing that caught my eye is that the current policy is 6 pages long. So
Well-
I guess that's the way these things work, but, that was intriguing. So what's the backstory?
Well,
here?
first of
Yeah.
all, I want to introduce Emily Oman. She's our new code enforcement officer.
Hello, Emily.
She has been
welcome.
spending a lot of time in the downtown, just keeping things up to snuff, so to speak. So I wanted to just bring her and
Yeah,
let you guys
We're
introduce
grateful,
her.
we're grateful for
Let
your
you guys
efforts.
meet her.
Yeah.
you know, and then there's been an interest in allowing some sales on the sidewalks, not per se your sidewalk sale thing, but just on a daily basis.
'Cause that's what we do now. We have
No.
special times for
Yes.
sidewalk sales.
Yeah, there are sidewalk
Right,
sales that
right.
St. Joe Today puts on,
Right.
but the current sidewalk policy, and I highlighted it in the
We
packet,
don't allow
does
that.
not allow general retail sales on the sidewalk. So,
But there are a number of businesses that do it on a
Yes,
regular
I see
basis.
that
That's
on a
right.
daily basis.
That's
and
right.
Emily has been trying to keep up on that.
So if you roll a
Quite well.
rack of T-shirts out onto the sidewalk right now, that's technically not allowed.
Correct.
So my recollection, which is not always amazingly
All right.
great, is that this policy was created specifically to address this issue. There was a rack of sweaters and it was the same 14 sweaters that I looked at every single day I own the Jimmy John's and some people have little vestibules that's on their property and it
Right,
went
so-
from the sidewalk into that vestibule. But this policy overall was written, it was propelled by the amount of stuff is the nice word to call it, that got rolled out onto the very crowded sidewalks anyways. There was public art at that time. There was, a lot of people, their narrow sidewalks, but this policy was written to prevent it looking like a garage sale in our downtown on a daily basis. That is my recollection of how this policy came into effect.
So I think the question is, do we have any openness to revising the policy, or do we want to stick with the policy as it stands?
I have zero interest in letting people roll. I mean, I have a table of it because we did sidewalk sales on our side of the block. They just weren't very well attended. So I have a table of stuff in my store now because I would just like to get rid of it. And it looks like a pile of a hot mess and all my staff
Like a
is
yard
how
sale.
long does this have to sit here? And I'm like, hopefully we can just sell a little bit more of it. But if it's not gone by the end of this week, we'll, I don't know, donate it to
yeah.
Goodwill or whatever, because it looks like a hot mess.
I think
So I have zero
Yeah.
interest. I would
This-
not support it.
this
So-
is one of these things that seems like it's easily abused, in terms of activity and amount of stuff. I
It's
don't
not even
know.
abuse. I mean, they're following the policy and they're doing it exactly as it, and
No,
but it just
I-
doesn't look good.
What I mean in terms of abuse is exactly that, the way it looks,
Right.
not the
Yeah, I mean-
not the quantity or how
Yeah, I mean, no
often
one's
or
taking
whatever.
advantage.
It's what it is. Cause
Yeah.
once you say you can allow this, then unless you get very specific about what and when and which you're not gonna do, I don't believe you're gonna have an issue. I think.
Are there some retailers who are encroaching on the sidewalk and coming out of their private vestibule? Because we're
having, several businesses where it is encroaching on, sidewalk, particularly like merchandise racks.
yeah,
And shirts hanging out onto, the sidewalk, which is causing, people to cluster and causing, an ADA compliance kind of concern.
mhm,
If there's gonna be room for people to be able to easily.
right.
Mm.
Because it seems reasonable to me that, yes, if your building happens to have a vestibule where you've got that, put it in there. But my question is then, if we all already have this policy in place, why isn't that policy being enforced currently?
Policy is being enforced. Emily has been actively enforcing it. Joan was enforcing it last summer.
Okay,
Prior to that, I don't think it was as actively enforced.
okay.
We had a request from one of the commissioners that we have this conversation and look at whether this is something we still thought was appropriate. There is interest from business owners in being able to have things out on the sidewalk, which is why we have an enforcement problem.
Right.
And so I think the question is, are we open to doing something else? Is there some leniency?
I feel like that perhaps this is a prime thing for a subcommittee to sit down and take a look at.
I mean, we can revisit it, but
Or
it was,
revisit it,
this
or-
was hashed over times a million by previous members of the DDA. I can't imagine anything about what it allows and how, because there was no policy and it was
Free
a
for
a
all.
garage sale
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there. And if that's what we want the downtown to look like and be, and like, I mean, I'm 1,000% in the category. It was not inviting. I understand why stores want to do it as a store owner.
Sure.
I get it. But it's just, what, I mean, what do you want the downtown to be and look like? And having everybody's cheapest, most like, get this out of here merchandise sitting on the sidewalks is not, in my opinion, a good look. And like I said, I understand why businesses want it. And I don't think I'm being anti-friendly to businesses. I own businesses. It's just, it's trashy. It looks trashy. And is that what we want the downtown to look like? I would say hard pass, but that's just one
Yeah.
person on this committee's. And I don't think we need a subcommittee. I think the full committee should weigh in. I don't think we need like, there's enough subcommittees and meetings in everyone's lives. I don't think this would be a valuable use of anyone's time. That's my 2 cents.
Andrew, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna note, my mind is going not to this merchandise on the sidewalk, but to really good storefront design, right? Like, let's
Mhm.
maybe encourage people to lure people inside through good design of their storefront, with all the things.
Clean
that
your
are-
glass first of all.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Hey,
Paul,
I
go
don't
ahead.
want to muddy the waters, but I'm gonna,
Then don't.
so,
Yeah,
so St. Joe Today,
Too late.
historically, on the third weekends of the month, May through September, through our special event application, has the sidewalk amenities policy waived for those weekends so that merchants and business owners can.
so we have a
utilize
regular
it.
schedule of this already, you're
We
saying?
have had a regular schedule of this on those third weekends, May through September. We are no longer going to pursue Love Local as a regular event.
Oh.
Going forward, at least that's our plan right now.
So this will go by the board, you're saying?
So, and the reason for that is we're gonna direct that energy
Do something else.
elsewhere.
Yeah, sure,
We-
sure,
we-
sure.
It doesn't really produce a whole lot of
Yeah,
fruit
yeah,
for us,
yeah.
other than there's
Yeah.
this kind of caveat where the merchants have this opportunity to
Yeah.
put their stuff out legally.
So this was available already and someone suggesting it's not enough. I want to do this every day essentially.
Right.
When I open my doors, I'm gonna roll out whatever it is. I'm
And there
gonna
are
roll out.
people that do that.
And they, sure,
They
sure.
roll it out
Yep,
every day.
Yep. Okay, so that's going by the boards. So now we'll have, in essence, no opportunity for these sidewalk type sales. I mean, we could certainly
We're
authorize them, I guess, periodically. I don't know.
Our hope is to host a sidewalk sale in August, but it
Okay.
will.
Right, there
it'll
was
be
one this
separate.
year.
There was
Okay.
one this year. We're gonna
Okay.
do that again next year. We got a lot of great feedback from business owners that that was the right time of the year to do it because they're
Yep.
trying to transition.
End of
to-
season, yep.
Yeah, But they don't wanna do it every month. They wanna
No.
do.
Okay.
They wanna do
Pain in the
that,
neck.
that
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
targeted thing. They wanna do it once
So-
a year.
So that decision was made with their input that they don't want it every month, the sidewalk sales,
Well,
retailers?
yeah, because the original context or the original genesis of Love Local was that sidewalk sale.
Yep.
And I think there was some momentum at the beginning, but then it just petered out and there
Okay.
were one or two businesses who would do it. And so we went away from chasing down businesses to do sidewalk sales and more just a marketing campaign
Yeah.
to get locals out.
Sure.
So I'll continue to waive that policy.
Sure.
We don't feel there's a ton of merit in that energy going in that direction
Yeah,
right now,
sure.
so we're
Okay.
gonna transition it to other things.
Sure,
So,
sure.
but if
Yeah.
there's a way that if you wanna continue to waive the policy every third weekend of the month, that might be the solution there, where you keep that tradition going. We're just not gonna do it through Love Local.
My perception of this is that it wasn't necessarily for the sidewalk sales portion. It was the tables and chairs and now the pianos and things like that that are hard to get on the sidewalk based upon the requirements of what
This-
the hoops you have
What's
to
about
jump
that?
through to
Yeah,
be able to
right.
get a table and a chair or a
Yeah.
piano out on your sidewalk. So I thought that was what this was directed towards from the commissioner's standpoint,
I think so. too.
not because we wanted to encourage sidewalk sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sensing a lot of, interest in this this particular activity.
mean-
So I don't know, unless someone has strong feelings that
I mean, I
we're,
think we should vote on it and put on
yeah,
the
yeah,
record that
yeah.
we do or don't support it.
Yeah.
Before you do, I just,
Yeah.
the other thing that is below the highlighted that talks about outdoor loudspeakers, public address systems, et cetera. So there are several businesses that, and I should say up front, I don't have a particular issue with it. Chocolate Cafe has a live performer out there. I think that adds to the ambiance of downtown. I think it's GC Murphy plays music. Several shops play music. The challenge you have it doesn't appear that that's been enforced. And the challenge you have then is if you got the Chocolate Cafe doing it over here, GC Murphy over there, and then more
That's-
music
yeah,
down
right,
there,
right.
and now you just got,
Chaos.
and then the cars driving by with their loudspeakers. Anyway,
Yeah.
so if we're gonna do this, we need to do it. So now I don't know if Chocolate Cafe gets some sort of a, do they apply for a different permit? And GC Murphy, and there are others that play music
Not that
outside.
I
I
know
mean,
of.
my reading of this is that's prohibited and it's just not
Mine too.
enforced.
It's
That's
not
what, that's what.
Right,
that's what
I'm
he's
saying
Yeah,
that we
that's
gotta
what he's saying,
enforce
yeah.
all of it or none of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
But yeah, but
It-
it's
but-
already addressed. It's
Right.
just not enforced.
right.
It sounds like this is something we're, with your assistance here, is something that we're trying to manage.
I guess my first question is that something we want to put a stop to? I mean, I think
Here's,
it's,
go ahead.
personally think it's part of our charm.
and
but
I don't disagree
agree
with that at
you
all.
About the risk.
Yeah, I
And
don't,
s-
yep, I
so-
don't,
We don't necessarily have to answer the question now, but I
Yeah.
guess I'm wondering if this is headed in the direction of what if Emily and Kelly and Paul put their heads together and look at this policy? And maybe it's time to just update
Sure.
it generally if there are things that are outdated.
Well,
Understanding that this group, I think, is headed in the direction. of-
I think we'd be open to suggestions. I sense this particular one about merchandise out on the sidewalk is not
think we're
one
all-
Yes.
we're inclined
yeah, I
to,
think we're all in,
to be supportive of that one, but
We
if
could
you,
open this up and look at.
yeah,
it
I
more
mean, if
broadly.
it's worth, kicking the tires on, we'd
And-
encourage that. And-
I'm sorry, my only concern about the music is what I just described. Like, I
Yeah, you
agree,
got
I
three
don't
or
have a
four,
problem
right,
with the
right.
guy playing music in front of the Chocolate Cafe. I think it's lovely. But I'm not sure what it's like when you got they're almost across the street from each other. And I don't know that I've ever stood in that block and I'm like, wait a minute, I got music
Conflicting.
there, I got music there. And then what if Fuzzy Butts decides to put in music and somebody, so
Dogs
now you
barking,
got
yeah.
5
Right.
people in the same block.
Well,
And
So-
I mean,
But I have to say-
I see, that's what I was just gonna say,
Well-
perhaps.
right.
I mean,
Maybe,
walking,
maybe the
Wi-Fi and
idea is.
Yeah,
Some
I-
sort of a
uh,
permit,
you know,
but
I
if
think,
you
I
don't-
think the music adds a lot
For
to the
the
charm.
Christmas
Yeah.
time.
And
I would
personally,
agree.
when I walk
Yeah.
downstate, which
Okay,
I do
yeah.
almost every day,
Yeah.
and I know the ones that have the music, I hear it in front of their shop, and then I move on. I don't hear it, like Murphy's, for example.
Yeah.
You hear it right when you walk by their
Yep.
shop.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
And I don't have a problem with the way it is now,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
with
If it were
we
up
have
to-
we have rules that either have teeth or don't.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, and so if I read the plan right, for something like that, the Chocolate Cafe would need a special permit,
Right.
right? And so that's.
And
what
I
the
wouldn't
plan is
want to
saying.
put them through that,
Mhm.
unless you had to, I suppose.
So,
But
so, yeah, maybe this is an adjustment that gets made. It's allowed under certain, decibels and, guidance and what have you. I don't know. This is, I think the point about looking at this, again, the 6-page document we have, I think that's probably a worthwhile endeavor. So,
Yeah.
Emily, if,
While a big
Kelly,
improvement,
Paul.
down to 6 pages, huge improvement, but
yeah,
if
yeah,
it could
we
even
we
be
can get
3
it down
pages, it'd
to,
be great.
The appli-
I don't
four
know.
and a half would be.
the
would be better,
application,
right?
is that what you just said?
No, the
No, I was
6
just
page.
talking
Yeah,
about
the
Yeah,
application's
right.
better than it used to be, but it's still multiple pages for you
All
to
right.
fill out to apply.
Mm.
Okay, so I think we're basically saying we're not inclined to support the merchandise issue, but we are open to maybe some suggestions
I
on
think Deb
this,
wanted
A
to-
revisiting.
on this policy. So I think Deb wanted to have let's vote on this. So I'll entertain a motion to basically say that we are not in favor of adjusting our current policy for merchandise sales on approved, on the
There's
site.
too many negatives. I think we need to make a motion that
Yeah,
somebody requested allowing merchandise sale on the sidewalk. And then we vote yay or nay.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise,
I'll
there's too
make-
many negatives in there.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion not to amend or revise the downtown sidewalk amenities equipment policy.
well, how about we just say we're gonna maintain the current policy?
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah,
How
I
about
like that.
How about that?
Maintain-
There you go, make it
I'll
simple.
support that.
There we go. All right. Any other discussion about this? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? All right. There we go. So. One more sidewalk. Okay, meeting schedule. This is, pretty straightforward, I think. So, what's being proposed is basically the same Monday morning, bright and early, 8:30, meetings for next year.
With the.
One
I think
adjustment.
I only sent it to you,
Oh, did
November.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I sent that to all. November 2nd, that's the Monday before. Elections are always the first Tuesday in November.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Move it to
that one needs to
the
move.
following Monday.
All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
make that the 9th. Okay, and I think, everything else probably works.
We don't want to use this room when all
No,
the
I know.
election.
I also,
What is it? Oh, yes, it'd be November 10th.
Or, yeah,
it'd be what?
November
The
10th.
November
I had
10th.
the day wrong.
The 9th is a Sunday.
Oh, you had the day wrong.
Sunday
Okay,
morning.
so it's a
Oh,
10th.
no, wait, I'm
Okay.
looking on I'm looking in
Wait.
2025. Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Please hold.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, it's the 9th,
It's the 9th.
It would be
Yeah.
the 9th, yep.
right?
Sorry, I was.
It's
looking
the
at
9th.
2025.
Okay, back to the 9th. Okay.
Okay, so with that changed.
And you're gonna send
right.
us
So
Google
do you need,
Calendar.
Yes, I will send invites. once
So
you
we're
guys
all
approve
good,
those.
good with
Thank you,
that.
thank you, thank you.
I have one other, I have a personal issue. On December 1st, we have our regular meeting. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be in New York. Thanks.
This year.
Thanksgiving.
25?
This year, 25.
25, yeah. So,
I'll meet in New York.
but you're welcome to join me
The,
if you'd
the St.
like.
Joe
I think that'd be
City plane.
that's
is gonna
our-
take
that's
us
our-
all there.
Yeah.
It's that'll be our
How much is that
annual,
Parking money.
our annual holiday road trip, will be in the Big Apple. That's right.
Good week.
So is it possible for us to move that meeting to the 8th? Would
That works for me.
Would
I'm
that
fine.
work? Everybody okay with
Yeah.
that? All right, I thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
December 8th, 25.
Thank you. All right, so maybe Kelly, you can clean up all the invitation stuff there. Yeah, for some reason, I had a weird thing happen on my calendar, and the November meeting this year ended up on a weird day.
Maybe because of the election.
I don't
There's an
know.
election. in November.
I have the November meeting as the 17th.
Oh, I do too.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, so
Can you
it's not
fix that
just,
one, Kelly?
so is that the, is that the elect,
that
yeah,
the-
so 3rd, the
I-
4th is an election day?
I believe because it's Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
That was on
Veterans Day is the
purpose.
11th.
That's not
Yeah.
wonky.
Okay, so
Yeah.
17th is the day.
Yes.
Okay,
But then
Oh.
it's the same in 2026.
Okay.
Oh, you guys don't? Because it's a federal holiday.
which day is it? The 10th?
The
Is a
11th.
holiday?
Usually a Monday.
It would be
It's
the,
an in-service.
Okay, so the deal was we didn't want to do it on the 3rd because of the election. We didn't want, the 10th
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
the
holiday.
Veterans Day is Tuesday.
right.
Okay. So that's holding on the 17th then?
So actually moving the 1 to the 8th would be,
Kind of helps.
Because it
That kinda
spreads it
helps,
out a
though.
little.
who knew, right? Yeah.
You did
Or we
apparently.
Blind squirrel theory is.
We're keeping the
working
17th
here.
then?
Are we keeping 11, 17, 25?
Yes, 11, 17, and then December 8th. So it
Yeah, I
gives us
believe-
Okay.
a little bit of a spread. in it.
Thanksgiving is the following week.
That, the 8th will be
Yes,
our
correct.
annual,
27th is
The 8th is-
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
the 8th will be our annual Christmas party that we haven't had, yes, but
Do that?
well, I think we should.
Yeah, we should have the meeting at Robert's.
I think we should.
Oh, I
I think
love
we
that.
should do something.
They're closed
I-
on Monday.
We
We
should
could
make
have
a
Bloody
motion and
Marys.
approve it while he's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
There'd be
Exactly.
no discussion, you know.
And that
It's
he
like a
pays
venue
for it
already.
too, right?
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
I'll text him.
I'll text him. He's sitting on the
France last
Italian,
I
he's sitting
saw.
on the French Riviera, wherever the
Yeah.
He's
hell
probably
he is.
feeling good. He'll say yes.
All right, monthly reports there. What do you want to highlight there, Kelly? We got our usual map of activity. Liquor licenses are being worked on. Anything hot there we need to be thinking about?
No, it's been interesting. There have been I can't remember one of the Facebook pages, there've been a couple businesses or potential businesses that have said, hey, we're looking specifically for the downtown. I can't remember what the one was. It was some sort of restaurant or,
Mediterranean restaurant.
yeah, Mediterranean restaurant. So Emily and I were kind of back
Wow.
and forthing. I think this is a prime time to get the kind of
Yep.
your subgroup going.
Yes, yes. So we have
Because
we have a meeting.
Oh, yep, I'm
Okay.
gonna reach out initially and just
Yes.
like, hey, let me know. Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
so,
I'm sorry.
yeah, so just, people are really interested in downtown St. Joe right now, so it's exciting. Excuse me. I can't remember.
Oh, edit open?
Yes, that was the one. Edit Salon, I was told they were open. That's down on State, just south of Broad. So that's an exciting one.
Number 3 on your list
Yes.
is green. Should that not be red?
Well, I would probably make it orange.
Oh, all
We
right.
had
So
it
there's,
red for a
oh, is
long
that the one
time.
that
That's
we're,
the one.
okay.
It's vacant, but it's being paid for every month.
I'll make it yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yellow, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
weird.
Nobody, yeah,
For a Mediterranean restaurant.
Has there been
Yeah.
a conversation with the
nobody,
building, the property owner on that one, like from the city?
Yeah, in fact, Emily reached out to the property owner about that location and got them to paper their windows.
yeah.
But as I understand it, he collects rent every month
Wow.
and we don't have any
Huh.
tools right now.
You can't force
A
them.
vacancy
Yep,
tax
yep.
or anything.
What
like that.
about, a conversation with the business, not the property owner, then the business owner, and what her plans are?
We
Has
have
that
not been
happened?
in touch with her. I believe that our buildings folks do talk to her periodically.
Okay.
I don't know the latest, but we can check.
Because
in on it.
maybe, when we get into the
Yes.
development activity, I think that's
I-
something that's super important.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh,
been
you
in
have.
touch. Sorry, I didn't
I
tell.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that I've told
Okay.
you that yet or not. So, there is some conversations in the works.
Okay.
So, yeah, just
I
keeping
mean,
up
she's
with-
hanging on to it, so.
I
I'm
mean,
open.
yeah.
Okay.
So fingers crossed, things will
Okay.
be moving. But yeah, overall, I mean,
Yep.
you
Pretty
know,
good,
3 downtown, and as more people reach out, I keep as much as I don't like to, I keep fairly close eyes on some of the social media pages, and when people are like, hey, I'd like to look at a location downtown,
sure.
or anywhere in the city,
Yep.
I want to try to connect people.
I think it's, yeah, good timing for these discussions. Yeah. Right.
Placards should be on here too. There was stuff, but they are
Oh, I
also
did.
looking
Yeah.
at them
Sorry.
sometime soon.
I don't know where Slackers went.
Yeah, gelato opened to
Yep.
great fanfare.
Mhm,
Ah,
Um,
terrific.
mhm.
The delay was certainly not her choice.
Hmm.
Everyone come support her in the slower fall months and winter months, because that's not necessarily, I mean, it's delicious,
Yeah.
but she's doing great. We're very happy to have her at the market. So.
Great. That's great. Terrific. All right.
So the potential new restaurants in the downtown, more information to come. Do we
Mhm.
get to-
Mm-mm.
Still
More information to come.
Yeah.
coming?
Still
Okay.
coming. Yep,
Still-
sorry.
Inquiring minds want
I
to
know, I just, I try
Right.
to respect the,
Yeah, no, and I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you
No,
have
no,
to. You
got
have
it.
to.
I just
You-
thought maybe they were ready to.
Not
you
yet.
know.
I would just mention that the Chick-fil-A food cart
Oh, yeah.
is parked at 300 Main. It's too bad they didn't come in at the beginning of the summer. They're having a few challenges with people realizing that they're there, although they've got a lot of support from people who love the idea that they're downtown, but just the foot traffic or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, it's for right now, that's what's happening at that property.
Cool. Okay, let's see, anything on the initiatives page there? Kelly?
I
You got
just, I added the Marquette to this since it's kind
Yep.
of a
Yep, yep,
literal big
yep,
thing in the
Kind
downtown.
of a big deal.
I mean,
yep,
it's a
kind
big
of a,
deal.
Kind of a little bit of a
Um,
big deal.
kind of a big deal, right.
Just other things, Pleasant Street Plaza will be closing at the end of the month.
It's
I
the end.
appreciate the new signs that went up at the end of the summer with the
Mhm.
lights. They're awesome.
They look
Yep.
nice.
And then the, temporary pedestrian.
They're like yellow signs with a little like lady arrow.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
They did the crosswalk.
There's lighty signs on them. They're not the lighty signs that, like, you can't
Yeah.
push
You
back.
can't, right, to
activate 'em,
stop
but
it.
They're just kind of lighting all the time, like, hey,
So-
crosswalk here.
Slows things down.
Theoretically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
You're
while
right.
while I'm yapping, I would still like the plaza, that all the money, Court Place, but with all the money that's been allocated, I'd still like to see that get off the ground sooner rather than later. To refresh our sad park at the end of the block. Cause it's kind of been in a holding pattern for quite a while now.
Yes.
Well, with very legitimate reasons for it to be holding and other stuff taking priority, but I would like to move it back up the list
Yeah.
of
What
things
what
we-
did
things we
what did we do on Pleasant Street? Did that get renewed or where
Mm-mm.
is that? Is that running out?
Yes, and I.
This
every
this
Saturday.
year. May.
Yeah,
I
this
think
year.
that's
I
this
met
In the
year,
next
with-
few
right?
weeks, it's
Yeah,
done.
right.
I met with some of the businesses around there and I did not get their proposal before this meeting. So they, you know.
I'm assuming they wanna renew
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah, yep. So when I get that, I'll have it on the agenda.
Okay,
So,
all right. Okay, all right. And the RRC thing is still in the state's hands?
We had one deliverable that was in our hands
we've-
and I just
single
received
week we
edits
tell
from
people
our
now.
partners at Cornerstone Alliance, so I will get that to them today. And hopefully it's a quick review and we'll be on our way.
Nice. That will be a cause for
Awesome.
celebration.
Really, Kayla and I have knocked out quite a bit
Yeah,
in the last few weeks trying to
Awesome.
get
it's a
across
big
the-
project, a massive project.
finish
Yeah,
line.
well, that'll be fun to have that in the hopper. Okay, then we have the tracker thing. One thing that caught my eye was the lot activity. Strawberry and peach are apparently on the hit list for
just for
design.
design.
Tell
Yeah,
me strawberry and peach again, they're over by Elm Street?
what numbers are these? Seven
Seven.
and,
Strawberry
oh,
and
sorry.
peach, get on
Strawberry and
board.
peach.
Sorry,
Tom.
sorry.
So-
Strawberry, peach.
Strawberry is.
I
the
don't
one-
even know the numbers, let alone
Yeah.
strawberry and
Strawberry is
peach.
the one on Elm, closer to me, on the east side of.
Kind of that backs up to the new hotel.
No, other side.
Oh, other side, okay.
Oh, okay.
Closer to
Backs
the-
up to Livery, backs up to the new historic hotel.
That's what I meant.
Ah,
Oh,
right.
The-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
New hotel.
That's-
The new hotel,
That's
the
strawberry,
library
you're saying.
hotel.
Okay.
That's strawberry. Okay, that's what I thought.
Peach.
Oh,
Peach is by the post
Peach is by the post office,
Ah,
yes, back
right,
here,
okay,
at the end of,
the peach.
on Ship.
It's a real peach, all right.
on the other side of the post office.
So,
Yeah.
Or
So-
is or the main post office?
Yeah, behind the main.
Behind it, yeah, yeah.
Off of Port Street.
It kind of looks
West of
currently
West.
where all the postal employees park, right? No? Am I thinking of the wrong one? Okay.
Wait,
There's a law right there. there's the lot
Behind your building.
yeah, behind your building, that's right, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
on State and, or I
No,
mean
no,
on
Maine.
Ship in Maine.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. I
Not
didn't know
Maine,
what.
yeah.
what we were
North
talking about.
side. of
Gotcha,
Post
thank you.
Office.
Right
Thank
there.
you, Chris.
Oh,
East
okay.
side of Main Street.
Okay, I got you.
No,
East of Main.
across from the.
yes.
No,
Behind.
well, ours is west of Maine.
I'm gonna drive by there.
It's
Yeah.
Maine and.
I don't know why
I'm
my
gonna
brain
send you
is
all
having
the
a hard.
fruit
Ship.
map that
Okay,
Kayla
Ship.
made,
Could
so.
you?
Oh, yeah,
they're
we're saying the same.
Yeah,
graphics.
south,
Yeah.
west corner. Okay,
Mm.
all right, that's all good stuff. Anything else there?
Or do you want to do October?
No.
Paul, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, may I
No,
jump in?
please.
We are working closely with St. Joe today to host a few events in the downtown in October. Sorry, I didn't get a write up into the packet, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We want to expand the season. So October 4th, we are going to be hosting, very much in partnership and with guidance from people who know how to plan events, St. Joe Today, an event called Play St. Joe. St. Joe Today has been interested for a long time in doing a busking event, and sort of gave us the idea, but really Kayla is leading a lot of the legwork. So we've identified locations throughout the downtown where people can come and do busking.
Oh, fun.
And we have gotten a flyer out to musicians. They can sign up for locations and hours. We don't have the hours quite set yet because we need to see how much interest there is, and we'll get the location scheduled. But people will come and, play whatever they want to play. We're also looking at finding some funding to bring in maybe a face painter or someone who makes balloon animals or fire dancers or who knows what, just to sort of add to the draw. So that will be during the day, October 4th.
And where are the locations they're gonna be at?
So like the corner of State and Pleasant, the corner of State and Broad, the corner of Main and Pleasant, or maybe like closer to your alley. So we have a few picked out, and Kayla's done a really nice job of making priority locations. So we'll fill up sort of the key central locations first, and then if we still have more interest, she'll go to
I
the
was gonna say,
second.
if you've got people, I'd request one down on the park. It
Yep,
gets a lot of
it's-
families down there.
Yep, we
In
would,
the-
it's
when the
definitely
weather's
on the
nice.
list. I think the
Get them over on east side of Maine.
State and Pleasant and Maine, or
Mhm.
closer to the alley, are like the prime locations. And then we'll sort of
I
move
know,
out from
we're-
there.
We're the redheaded stepchildren over there.
We have
know.
not forgotten
East Siders.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know, but I think it's a great
Wrong side
event,
of
and
the
if you have a
tracks, yeah.
poster for seeking
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should,
musicians, I'll
we'll
put one in
bring
the
it
market
in.
on our community events.
Yeah,
board.
and maybe we could put it up at
Yep.
Forte.
You can put up at all three of them.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll get the word out.
What's the general policy on busking?
Well, we didn't have one really,
Yeah.
but Kayla has put together guidelines that will be helpful for this event. And I think we should think about what a policy might be.
Yeah,
for
because I mean,
busking.
they do that at the farmer's market today. I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
I was always just sort of
Yep.
curious about it.
I see it every now and then on State Street, much more rarely than on the
Rarely, but
bluff.
Yep.
the Bluff, every farmer's market, there's
Yeah.
at least one group, if not two.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
there's an
just
existing
curious.
policy on it that I know of. Greg, does Parks have one? So probably something we should work on. The second event is on October 18th.
Yes.
St. Joe Today is having a new event, the Spooktacular, which I'll let Paul speak to. But on the tail end of that, in the evening, we're going to do Scary Movie Night. So that'll be hosted by the city.
Cute.
It's going to be in the Monty lot. Facing south, we'll put up the screen that we use for family movie night. So folks will be able to bring their chairs, bring their blankets and sit in the grassy lot. We will also use our apricot lot,
Yes.
for if people want to do it as a drive-in. So they'll be able to point their cars and look at the screen.
That's on
if
the
they choose to
18th.
do that. So that'll be on the 18th at 7:30 PM. And we're showing Young Frankenstein,
Oh, fun.
which will be, we didn't want anything too traumatic to children.
Yeah.
But it is meant to be for adults. And then the last thing we're going to do is the next weekend on the 25th. Every year we do Truck or Treat at the Ice Arena, where we bring out big, cool excavators and fire trucks and all sorts of things, and kids trick or treat around each vehicle. We are going to move it to the downtown this year. So it will be on Lake Boulevard and on Broad between Lake and State. And I think that's from 4 to 6 PM, but we'll bring people into the downtown for that event, and then hopefully they stay for dinner, do some shopping.
And then will downtown trick or treating be the same night, or could I request that they're the same night?
They-
So
Yeah.
businesses aren't,
This year they are separate.
Oh, they're separate.
It was already planned, and businesses won't be doing any trick or treating the night of truck or treat.
yeah, but, so we know that and businesses know that, but families might
That's like
not get the
super
memo.
confusing.
No matter how much you put it out.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
We can also keep it at the Ice Arena if you think
no,
it's
no,
too
no, I think it's
confusing.
great to move it downtown.
But it's already,
I think one of the challenges is we were moving quickly on this to get
Right.
these events across the line, and this was how we could do it this year, and next year I think we can
I mean,
coordinate.
I think
and
next
make
year
it
we
a
could combine
big
them.
event.
I think you might find if you put it out to your business members, like just speaking for myself and probably people in the market, we would happily move ours 4 days earlier to not be on, like, we would be thrilled. And if I had little kids going out trick or treating, I would also be thrilled not to have to go to, like, downtown
Mhm.
and then to my neighborhood.
I agree.
I would like to,
I-
I think you might, even though it's already out there, I think you might be able to.
My guess is
Pivot
no,
and
nobody's
people would
paying
support
attention.
it.
Nobody's paying it. It's
Right.
usually about a week before when they
That's
go,
when
when
people-
is trick or,
Right.
Yeah, I
they,
mean,
they're
it's
not paying
on,
attention yet.
it's on the city calendar, which I know a lot of people
Oh.
utilize. I would just worry about it being up in people's kitchens on the calendar
Yeah.
and then not existing.
Yeah,
That
and
would
I
be
get
my,
that.
So
my
had you
fear.
looked at, can truck or treat be on the same? So they're both in the same, or is that too
I
much
think doing
activity
truck or
down
treat
there?
on a weekday would be really difficult. It's a lot to coordinate. Some of the trucks we get from like the construction companies, I think they leave them on Friday. They come back for them on Monday morning. We'll have to
Okay.
figure that out in the downtown, but I don't know that it would be the same.
Okay.
We'd be able to pull it off in the same way on a weekday.
Okay.
Just a suggestion for next year's Scary Movie Night, the Coastline Children's Film Festival does an event called Flick or Treat, where they
Oh.
show movies and usually have Larry Schenker play live piano to them. And they might be interested in participating in that
Love that.
venue.
And I
So
love Larry, for the record.
Mhm.
May the minutes reflect.
Be fun.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, that's terrific. Yeah, that's exciting. That's great. Paul, thank you. Paul, any
Yeah,
other
I,
things to add here? Yeah.
Emily mentioned it, on the 18th, Saturday, the 18th of October, we are doing a new event, that we hope will expand in years to come, but we're gonna do it, we're gonna start from 11 to 4 on Saturday, and we're calling it the Downtown Spooktacular. Perhaps you've heard me mention this before, but we're just gonna fill downtown with holiday fun. Our hopes are to decorate State Street with jack-o'-lanterns and hanging ghosts and witches'
Cool.
hats. We want to do a costume parade through State Street, pumpkin patch in Monty's lot with a decorating station, a professional pumpkin carving. One of our ice carvers is going to come and do a 100-pound pumpkin
Cool.
display. We're going to
Yeah.
have a vendor market and a Halloween market with farmers and artisans and face painters and Finkelpot, fairy hair coming in and doing all that, balloon twisters. So it'll just be a fun festival, Halloween theme downtown. We would really love, and I can't commit to this yet because I haven't found a farmer to help me with it, but we would love to have a hay ride through downtown.
Right.
And so
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anybody has any connections or creative solutions for how we could pull that off, we've reached out to every major farmer that we're connected to, pretty long list, and it's harvest season, so it's
Right.
difficult
Yeah.
to get them
Busy
to
time.
commit to that.
Yeah.
But we're open to creative solutions if anybody has one, because we think that would be a really cool addition to the event. In the application, we are asking for approval of the route, so we are moving forward as if we're going to find one, but would love to ask for help in finding a creative way to make that happen.
Yeah, I think people miss the old horse-drawn carrot. Like, it's still in promo
Mhm.
videos and stuff, and every
Yeah.
time I see one of those old Visit St. Joe videos and the little horse, he goes in front of the
Is
Boulevard
that
Hotel.
vendor maybe available?
I wanna say he
So I'm gonna go with no.
Whoa.
I think that's why they stopped doing them.
Right now,
Wow.
like our
Yeah.
plan D is to take one of our trailers that we have, our barriers. We have barricades down that are hosted at Public Works, remove those barriers and then pull it with the truck. Like put hay bales on that and pull it with the truck.
Yeah, there you
That's, it
You
wouldn't
just
be the
need-
exact look we're looking for, but it would be
Just need a
an option,
flatbed,
so.
yeah.
And Paul, I just offer if you can use our parking lot or grounds in any way to help you,
That'd be
other
great.
end of things, just
Yeah.
let us know.
We'll keep that in
Have
mind.
you tried I'm sure you have Jolly Orchid, cause they.
We've reached
don't
out
they
to
do the
Jolly.
pumpkin Rides?
Some of the farmers
rides, whatever they're called.
just haven't gotten back, like Alex Veggies hasn't gotten back, Jolly hasn't gotten back to us, but a lot of them are coming back and saying it's just not possible for us.
Busy
this
time.
year.
So
Yeah.
they're probably
time for
doing
them,
their
yeah.
own stuff. and-
Yeah, and
Like
they're-
Jolly Orchards probably has a
Yeah,
big day.
on
that day out
a
there.
Saturday for them to commit their
Right.
hay ride would lose them business, so
Yeah,
it's,
Yeah,
Right.
we
I
realize
get
we're
it.
try to thread a tough needle.
all right.
Mr. Chair, can I have for one quick update?
Yeah,
from
please,
Cornerstone? So
please.
we are hosting our first Developer Day on October 9th. So that is an event that is targeted to the development community across West Michigan and beyond. So we will be hosting that in Stevensville at Watermark. It'll be starting there, and we've reached out to about 150 developers from across the region. We have I think 25 that are signed up already, and we'll be putting them all on a bus after we kind of do a teaser of our housing market analysis, and then we'll be showcasing sites in Stevensville, St. Joe, Benton Harbor, Buchanan, and Niles. So we're excited about that and hope to get some project interest going from that. So
Terrific. Very good. All right, thank you. Thanks, everyone. A lot of action. Public comment. Did you have any, right. You're just scribing. You're just paying attention. We appreciate it. Well, thank you for coming.
That
We
makes one
appreciate
of
it.
us.
Yeah, it makes one of us, right. All right. Board member, any,
Describing, not one of us.
I know. I'm
Yes,
just
that's right,
teasing.
yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Feel like the reporter.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
No, I was saying us. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
no,
paying
yeah,
attention.
right, that's
It
right.
was self-effacing.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
smart to tell the reporter.
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
We're not paying attention.
Yes.
We're glad you're here.
she's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, we're glad.
We
we're
are
glad-
alert.
We're glad you're here. Yeah,
She's
please,
fine.
yeah, let us, send us your comments before you publish them. That we appreciate that.
Right.
Any comments from the board, before we wrap things up here? No, well, lots of action. Man, oh man, my head's spinning. This is all good stuff. I appreciate it. All right, well, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So move.
So moved.
Want the gavel.
Second, a gavel, I get the gavel and, all right,
Keep it
very
waiting
good.
on this.
Thank you.
Adjourn.
Thank you. Thank you all.
It's a
for
very
coming.
delicate gavel.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll,
What
so
happened
much
to
fun. We'll
the-
do it again
what
next
happened to
week
Zeiger?
or next
The-
month.
who
Next
moved
month.
out?